What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745 and welcome to my Chapter 7 First Look and Overview video. In this video, we're just going to take a look at some of the items and gadgets that you can win from each mission. And then, at the end of this one, we'll take a look at the brand new alternate for Luke Cage, Null, the Breaker of Worlds. But before we get started, I just wanted to thank Danny for this amazing graphic. Now, as far as Chapter 7, I'm sure many of you have been playing it for quite a while now, and you may have noticed there are quite a few promising weapons and gadgets in this chapter. They certainly had me excited for the next Poor Man's PvP video, which I will definitely try to release as soon as I get a few of these items. Now, just to get a sense of what's available, we can check out the mission info, and then we'll at least see the normal version of all these weapons and gadgets. But even before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the chapter info, and we can see Luke Cage's ult, as well as the golden weapon. So there he is, the man himself, Null, Breaker of Worlds. And he comes in both Bruiser and Scrapper form. Then his passives are Breaker of Worlds, attacks have a chance to apply Meteor Swarm, gain a stack of Divine Hammer each round, and preemptively counters enemies who are unworthy. Then he still has Unbreakable Skin, but now he's immune to Burning, Chilled, Poison, Radiation, and Fear. Then moving on to the golden weapon, it's the Golden Coppice. It has Exploit Attrition, Chaos Shot, and Breakdown. So I have to say that is an amazing debuff weapon, and with that Exploit Attrition it's going to do a lot of damage. That is, of course, once you put all those debuffs on your enemy. That thing is a Pestilence Beast team's dream. I can definitely see myself trying that out with Beast and Nico, just to name a few. Next, let's see what the normal missions have in store as far as rewards. For Mission 1, the boss is going to be Celine, and the item is going to be a weapon called Pendragon. This weapon has Ethereal Strike, Finest Hour, and Hallowed. Hallowed says deals increased damage to demonic and vampiric enemies. So here's hoping we have some more vampires in the game to fight. Maybe for the next Spec Ops? Seriously, that would be amazing, and I really hope that there is a Blade Spec Ops coming. If so, this could be the very first hint. Then moving on to Chapter 2, Dr. Octopus is going to be the boss, and we also have the epic boss Mysterio. Mysterio is a tactician, and I have to say he's pretty awesome. The deploys needed for him are going to be Hogan, Fandral, and Mockingbird. Then the normal weapon is called Blind Rage, and it causes Blinded, and has a buff called One for All. Attacks have a chance to cause allies to join in on single target attacks. This weapon looks very promising, it does a lot of damage, and the challenge mode version is even better. It's actually called Blind Justice, and it also has All for One. Allies have a chance to retaliate when an ally is hit by single target attacks. So yes, I definitely think that weapon is worth going for. And then off of Mysterio we have the Mysterium Mirror. It's a quick action gadget that gives you mirror image. Moving on to Mission 3, the boss is going to be Curse, and the weapon is the Devil's Claw. This weapon causes bleeding and woozy, so range damage is reduced by 40%, and it counts as poison. It's not too fancy, and the challenge weapon of course is slightly better, but we're going to just move on to Mission 4. The boss of this one is going to be Viper, and the weapon is the Zootoxinator, so it hits one enemy, has Exploit Poison, and also causes poisoned. I'm wondering how that Exploit Poison works, if you only get the one multiplier, or if you can get additional benefits from things like Woozy. If that's the case, I definitely want to try it out with the Savage Spear. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. For now, Mission 5's boss is going to be Red Skull, and the weapon is the Blaulicht. It causes radiation exposure to one enemy. Once again, not too fancy of a weapon, but it is a ranged gun energy attack, so at least it goes with the Rectifier. Then last is going to be the Premium Mission, which you need Wonder Man for, and it also has an epic boss. It's going to be Scotty, aka Sin. The normal weapon from this one is called Eye on the Ball, and it gives Rising Up. So it looks like it's going to go well with items like the Ionic Sledge. Then moving on to the epic boss weapon, it's called the Braunhammer or Branhammer. And I like saying Branhammer because it reminds me of Banhammer. So give that character the Banhammer. It is a single target attack that causes soul fire. And that's going to be it for the normal mission roundup. Now let's go ahead and look at the man of the hour, Null, the Breaker of Worlds. Like we already saw, he does come in both Bruiser and Scrapper class. And his passives are all very interesting, especially that preemptively counters enemies that are unworthy part. But who counts as unworthy? Well, we're about to find out. Let's go ahead and take a look at his worthy abilities. First up, he does have a move called Fatal Fists. It has Brutal Strike, exploits combos, and Fatal Blow. Now you just have to love a move that has Brutal Strike and Fatal Blow. Fatal Fist definitely gets my nod of approval. Then moving on to his level 2, it's called Ragnarok'em Sock'em. And what this ability is a single target melee attack that has Sweet Ragnarok, gain 1 stack of Divine Hammer, then also causes combo setup and Wide Open. Moving on to his level 6, it's called You're Not Worthy. It is a quick action that hits all enemies and grants them unworthy. So there's where it comes into play, and now their attacks can be intercepted by Null, Breaker of Worlds. This one sounds like an amazing ability, and I cannot wait to see that preemptive hit. That is, as long as the team doesn't have Iron Fist. Then lastly, we have World Breaker. It's an AoE ground attack that has Bring Down the Heavens, consumes all stacks of Divine Hammer, applies 1 stack of Meteor Swarm for each Divine Hammer consumed, and it's going to play staggered on all the enemies. So there you have it, Chapter 7's alternate costume reward, Null, the Breaker of Worlds. That's going to be it for our first look and overview, and as I progress through this chapter, I will bring you many more videos, including all the heroic battles, epic bosses, and more. Make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all future videos. And lastly, I want to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and share the video. Until next time, good luck in Chapter 7, and take care.